Hello. Hello, I just wanted to very quickly come in here. Look, I had light a minute ago. Let's try that. Wanted to come in here very quickly to do a Facebook Live in the middle of bath time, because you know what it's like when you're a mum, to talk a little bit more about the law of attraction, because I realised I probably, apart from on that free course that I did for you, I haven't talked a lot about it and why I love it and why I'm so passionate about the fact that I want to teach it to lots and lots of mums. So, the biggest thing is, I think, that when you become a mum, it can feel as though there's a lot less control over life, because obviously the reality is you've got the kids to think about, you've got potentially a partner to think about. There's a lot more controlling you. There's school pickup, school drop off, food, snacks, children's things for this, children's things for that, worries about looking after them. There's a lot less freedom. I know that people go travelling with kids and so on, and a lot of people don't have those kinds of limitations, but a lot of us do feel like it. And so the reason that I love the law of attraction is because it gives a sense of empowerment for us mums, and it gives a sense of a way that we can change our lives for the better and attract what we want into our lives. So there's two different experiences I've had of the law of attraction. One was when I was having a really, really bad time, and it felt like everything was getting worse and worse and worse, and it really helped empower me and make me feel better. And the other was when I'd got to that point where I really wanted to make a massive change in my life, and it helped me work out how on earth to do it, basically. So I thought, well, maybe I should tell you all about how I've used it in my life. Now, when I was younger, I think actually when we're younger, we use it automatically. My kids are wicked manifestors, and it drives me mad because, of course, the more that they manage to manifest, the more I have to run around trying to work out how I'm going to fit it into my life as well. But I think the first time I really, really remember using it was in order to get a relationship. I was sitting there thinking I'd chosen really badly for ages, and I made this long list of exactly what I wanted. Frankly, it was partially what I didn't want, but it was a really, really good list. And what it highlighted for me was when I met the person that matched that list. I realised, because I'd made the list. So part of the law of attraction is the fact that it makes you much, much more aware of your choices and what you're doing and so on. And then the other way is that I was really, really good at it when I was younger, very automatically. So I would literally decide I wanted something. I worked in a big company, and whenever it got to the stage where I thought, oh, right, okay, so I need a change now, automatically things would just appear for me. And one of the reasons why I was so good at it then was because I just believed I would be. I just automatically assumed that things would just turn up, just as you do when you're younger. Ironically, when I actually started to learn at work. I was learning a lot about the brain and people behaviour and CBT and all sorts of stuff like that. But when I became much more tree hugging and I learned Reiki, that was great to start off with. And again, the minute I decided, right, I'm going to start working with clients, I was fully booked straight away, and it was fabulous. But I also started to gain lots and lots and lots of beliefs about money. Money wasn't good, and let's be all spiritual and tree hugging and stuff. And this is one of the things I'm going to teach on my course about law of attraction for mums, is how our beliefs really can cause us trouble and what we can do about it. So I did that, and then I studied with a particular guy called DeMartini, and it was in the process of learning with him that I created this vision. It was a vision of a hair and beauty salon and holistic retreat where I was combining healing and hair and beauty together, and that was about 15 years ago. So I created that, and then of course suddenly, rather miraculously, fell pregnant, having been told I couldn't have kids. So I just put that dream up onto a shelf and kind of left it there, basically. Now, and in the meantime, this guy I was studying with, DeMartini, he was very anti the law of attraction, because he felt it was very oversimplistic, that people were trying to just attract stuff into their lives, like Ferraris and, you know, materialistic stuff. And so he had a real downer on it. So I must admit, although I knew about it, I ignored it for some time. But then I think when I had my son, actually I went through quite a difficult time, you know, like we all do. It wasn't postnatal depression. It was just I was grieving for my mum. I just moved house. I didn't have any friends nearby. I was feeling really rubbish. And I watched this film that came out called The Secret, which was when the law of attraction really hit the big time, if you know what I mean. And it was brilliant. And that was my experience of how it empowers you, how it lifts you up out of that spiral, and made me feel like I could actually do something about this. The fact that I just felt like everything was getting worse and worse and worse. But I think because of the fact that the guy I'd been studying with for so many years was a little bit anti, I still didn't go into it in any great depth. I kind of thought I would use it sometimes and not all of the time. And that's not the way it works. It's active all of the time in everything that we ever do. So, yes, I do that. And then suddenly, of course, this little vision that I'd put on a shelf about this hair and beauty salon, just, you know, the opportunity just arrived, and it was perfect. It matched exactly the vision. So, yes, I took it off the shelf and went for it now. Admittedly, things weren't quite as they seemed when they first started out, and so that vision probably needed a little bit of fine-tuning, but the crux of it, I'm going to come back to that, but the crux of it was really, really good. Now, my next problem was that becoming a small business owner, I walked into a real set of beliefs about what it's like to run a small business. You know, the world's against us. The tax man wants stuff from us. The landlord wants stuff from us. The employees want stuff from us. Everybody's against us. And all these beliefs I'd frankly never had before. They suddenly just appeared out of nowhere. So then I had to really battle through them and some real realisms about what business is like. And that again is where the law of attraction came in to help me pull myself out of this constant spinning of beliefs that were just making everything feel awful. And that's when I went back to the original vision of what I was looking to create. And I sat back and I thought, no, that felt so true. And I know it was really something that I would love to create. And that was when I started to really use the law of attraction. And I started to really, really study it. So I've been studying it and asking difficult questions and researching it and talking to all sorts of different gurus and all over the place. And that's what I've put together into this course. And it was all that studying that helped me really start to work out that I have got the power to create what I want and change things. And that's where I got this idea of it's time for change, that you can just decide, right, that's it. This is not how I want to carry on forever. This is not how I see myself ending up at the end of the day. Now, for those of you who know about the law of attraction, or if you want to do any kind of research into it before looking at the course, I did a bit about it, obviously, in that free little workshop I ran. The thing about it is there's a lot of people who've been talking about the law of attraction, and most of them do still look at that kind of shallow level, and it works to a degree at that shallow level, but it won't work completely. It won't work all the time. If you only go to that shallow level, you need to understand the deeper aspects to it, and you need to learn how to do it indirectly. So on this course, I'm going to keep it simple and practical because we're mums and we don't have loads and loads and loads of time, right? But I am going to go into it so that you really know the depths of it, the core, the most important thing, how to really, really, really make it work, how to really make a massive change in your life and create what you want to create, you know. Oh, hello, lovely. Hello, Lindsay. I can see you there. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to let you know why I'm so passionate about it, why I think it's so important for mums. We create so much. We create kids, we create families, we've got these amazing lives, and this law will help you feel like you can actually create it to be exactly what you would dream of, your dream life, which is what I'd love us to all have, basically. So I just wanted to let you know much more about the law of attraction and how I've used it. There are 2 slots left on my course. If you watch the other video or let me know, I can let you know how. Oh yes, aren't I looking good, bright and fresh, all with my lovely new hair, all done by Sophie today. I had a lovely day today. I actually got my hair washed at the salon. I hardly ever get that. It's like my favouriteest treat in the whole world. Yes, so anybody who's interested, just let me know. 2 slots left. Remember, this time I'm not charging an actual fee. That's just a donation. So if you want in, you will be in for life for this workshop, and I promise you it's going to make a massive difference. So take care and see you soon. Bye.